I'm about to need her, I'll be real quick.
Hi guys, this is Carolina Diamond, Epiphany of Change. I am Dr. Rogers. Welcome to my channel. We are going to be doing a series looking at why people or certain individuals tend to be more gullible than others. So we're going to start it with part one, just giving a brief introduction of what we're going to be looking at in our next set of videos. I don't know how many it's going to be at this point, but that's where we'll start, and then we'll actually go into looking at some of the theories and some research that actually goes into this. This won't just be a conversation that we're having that's based on opinions. This is going to be a real look at why some people are quick to believe things. So when we look at that word gullible, like I just said, quick to believe. And sometimes those beliefs are based on generic information. It doesn't have to be any facts or anything involved. We'll be looking at why people are willing to believe false beliefs. That's actually where we're going to be starting at. Why are people willing to believe false beliefs before they believe something that actually has hardcore evidence? And then we'll also look at the fact that when someone or something attempts to deny or debunk or dispute those false beliefs or false statements, whatever it is, it only adds to the rumor mill that already exists. For the person that tends to be a bit more on the gullible side, the more that a person tries to present more facts, the more that gullible person tends to believe the lies.
The poll book is completely off. Completely off.
Off by
That
30,000?
I'd say that poll book is off by over 100,000. That poll book, why don't you look at the registered voters on there? How many registered voters are on there? Do you even know the answer to that?
No, I guess I'm trying to get to the bottom
Zero.
of this here.
Zero. There's zero.
Some research has shown that it's highly likely that hardships can make some individuals more gullible than others. Meaning that those who have suffered more tragedy and hardship while they were growing up are more likely to be gullible later in life. One study that was done in 2006, it suggested that individuals who have been through some type of tragedy or hardship in life, that those people tend to succumb to peer pressure and they're more easily misled or influenced by others or by the media. Some of these adverse experiences or trauma could be things such as personal illnesses, injury, parental divorce, death of a loved one, difficulties at work, bullying at school, being a victim of crime. There are several different things that a person could possibly go through that plays a part or has an impact on their ability to filter through certain things. Sounds crazy, right? Yeah, I know. So there are going to be certain things that we are looking at. One of those things is the idea that we have always been taught that adversity makes us stronger. Well, according to certain studies, for many individuals, diversity often makes some people more likely to be gullible in certain situations because it makes them question their thoughts. It makes them question their own judgment. Now, that's something that you're not usually told every day. So what I am going to give you is just a few little jewels, a couple little things to ponder on as we look at people's ability to filter through the nonsense, filter through some of the BS, basically. We're going to be looking at that because we have a lot of things going on in the world right now. We're wondering, well, why or how could someone possibly believe that? That doesn't make any sense. Like,
my question then is, if the
Guess how many? Wait, what about the turnout rate? 120%.
Let's let Representative Johnson ask his question, please.
So the poll book number, okay, there's two things that could happen here. Either the poll book number, if ballots were counted multiple times, there's two options. Option number one is that the poll book numbers are not going to match.
They don't.
The actual. Not by thousands and thousands of votes. That's not what we see right now.
Take a look again. Take a look again.
Option number two is that they essentially were filling in names of people who didn't vote.
Dead people too?
So is that?
Let's
I guess,
let
is that
Representative
your
Johnson ask his question, and then when
I
he's
thought that
done,
was his answer. Okay.
Well, I guess that's my question here is why we're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
do you really believe that? You're sitting here and you're scratching your head because in your mind, what you're looking at, like, I can't believe that a person can be that gullible. And that's something else that we're going to be looking at. The fact that some people believe that everyone else is gullible, but they don't see themselves as being gullible, even though they may subscribe to certain beliefs. They don't feel like people can get over on them, which could possibly be true. But research has also shown that a lot of the people that see other people as gullible don't recognize some of the tendencies or some of the characteristics that they have. Yeah. I know y'all thinking right now. I know it because I know a few right now. There are some psychological advances that show just how easy it is to construct a rumor or a lie. They show how easy it is to construct that rumor to the point where it bypasses your deception filters. Now, what do I mean by deception filters? Your lie meter, your lieometer. Research is actually looking, you have people that are actually looking and are providing answers to how people are able to construct certain lies, rumors, innuendos, and do that in a manner that it bypasses, goes around your deception filters. So there's an art to this thing. Never believe that a person that lies or constructs tales or whatever, never underestimate that person because it's not easy. It's not an easy task. It takes some work to go along with this thing. And it also takes some work identifying the group or the particular individuals that will believe that information. Those individuals that will take that generic information and based on the person or thing that is delivering that information, they prey on those individuals that look at this person and says, you know what, this person has a trusting smile. I'm going to believe him or her. This person sounds very well read, very well educated. I can believe him or her. Yeah, we're going to look at those things. Because we all know that, well, maybe we don't. Let me take that back. Now, before we go all the way into this thing, like I said, today is merely an introduction just to let you guys know what we are going to be doing. And we're going to dig deep in this thing. We are really going to dig deep because I know that there are a lot of people, because I've heard the conversations. I've looked at it myself like, are you serious? But it's actually like it's a rhetorical question because I know what the answer is to it already. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys have some kind of idea about what the answer is, but you still ask yourself that question, like how? What? When? Why? Like, really? But hey, so we're going to actually put some facts on this thing. We're going to put some research on this thing. Instead of us sitting here trying to figure it out, instead of us sitting up here just drawing, well, we'll still draw our own conclusions about things, but we'll go and look at some technical terms and, like I said, some theories and things to really get a good idea about what's going on and why some people believe what they believe. Now, there's one researcher that suggests that whenever people are deciding whether or not they're going to believe something, that they have certain gut reactions, and there are five things that those gut reactions are based on. 5 questions that a person subconsciously or consciously may ask themselves. The first question is, does whatever the fact is, whatever the story is, does it come from a credible source? Is that source credible? If you have a news station that you believe is credible, did it come from that credible news station? If you have an individual that you feel has been a credible individual, did it come from that individual? The second question is, do others believe it? Think about that. Do others believe it? Whatever the story is, do other people believe it? Now, I hope some of you are thinking what I'm thinking, like, why does it matter if other people believe it? The third question, does it have plenty of evidence to support it? Is there any evidence, or is it someone just saying something? You don't have any type of evidence to back up what you're saying. Whatever you're putting out there, there's nothing to validate or to confirm anything that is being said. Is there not just a piece, but is there plenty of evidence to back up whatever claim is being made? Is it supported? The next question is it compatible with what you believe? Does it go along with what you already believe? That makes a difference. And the last thing is, does it tell a good story? Like, a good story? Yeah. The story matters. The actual story matters. Is the story smooth? Is it consistent? Is it slick? You know, is it simple? Or is the story a little bit too complex? Is it too complicated? Does it have too many twists and turns to it? Does it tell a good story? Now, the crazy thing is we may look at these 5, one or all of these questions whenever we're determining whether or not we're going to believe something. And the fact of the matter is that with any one of these questions, any one of them, they can easily be swayed by frivolous details or frivolous information that have absolutely nothing to do with the story that is being told. You know, that generic stuff. Just frivolous stuff that has absolutely nothing to do with it. It can sway your decision making. It can sway your judgment. It can determine whether or not you believe something that is a complete and utter falsehood. Let me stop being nice. A complete and utter lie. Just a lie. It plays a part in that. So we're going to be looking at something called cognitive fluency. Remember I said something about that story, whether or not it sounds good. Does it flow? You know, does it seem coherent? Is it simple to imagine? Can you picture it? I didn't ask you if it was true. Can you picture it? Is it something that you can visualize? Is it smooth? Easy to understand? Does it come from a person that you feel that you can relate to? Just fluent. Cognitively, that is. So that's one of the things that we are going to be looking at. And we will be looking at some other things, but that's where we'll be starting off the next time, along with sticky nuggets. And I know you guys are like, Dr. Rogers, what are you talking about? Well, that is the point of doing this series, so that we can try to get to the point where we're not easily duped. So we can get to the point where we recognize when someone or something is attempting to manipulate us. So before I looked at the person that was actually doing the manipulation, these videos will be about the people that are receiving the information. The one that the person is trying to manipulate. I would say victim. Yeah, the victims of manipulation, if you will. There's also this thing that some researchers call cognitive misers. These individuals, and I'm not going to go deep into this, I'm just touching on a few things, just letting you know where we'll be going with this thing. But these individuals, in order to save time and energy, and just because they are flat out lazy and they don't feel like using their brain, these individuals will tend to use their intuition over analysis. Now, don't get me wrong. We always say trust your intuition, but you have to make sure that your mind is in the right place as well. So sometimes where you go with just, well, this is what I believe it is. This is what my intuition said. This is what it is. But you actually have information that you can look at. You have hardcore information that you can look at. These people tend to just go by what they know instead of looking at the factual information that is there. Not because they can't, but because they don't feel like doing it. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen a lot of that. So today, I'm going to end this video with 2 questions for you guys. 2 questions. And whenever you answer those questions, I don't just want you to answer them to yourself. I would like for you to put an answer in the chat, in the comment section, without looking at anyone else's answer. Without basing your answer on someone else's answer. Because see, that would be where that cognitive miser come in at. See, you're not doing the research. You're just using your own intuition. And I don't need you Googling anything either. Because I know how some of y'all do. Y'all go hit Google real quick to get some answers. So, two simple questions. The first question is, how many animals did Moses take on the ark? How many animals? The second question is, let's just go with that first question for now. So if you didn't get the question, just go back and, just run the video back to get the question. And I want you to put your answers in the comment section of this video. So we're going to get this whole series. We're going to get it started. We're going to get it popping. We are going to figure out why are there some people that just seem to take the gullible thing to another level. We're going to look at it and we're going to talk about it. We're definitely going to do that. So, if you guys haven't already liked this video, please like this video. And you may want to go ahead and subscribe and turn those notifications on so that you can follow this, because this is going to be very interactive. But I know you guys would like to know, why in the world do they believe this stuff? Like, who does that? Well, let me help you answer that question. So make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe so that you can get the notifications and be involved. The next video is probably going to be live. I haven't made up my mind yet. So make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Finally, if you would like to become a member of this channel, then click that join button and become a certified DIAM today and get access to things that other people just don't get access to. Maybe the DIAMs will have the answers to some of these questions before anybody else will. They're DIAMs, why not? All right, guys, I challenge you to go ahead and start thinking about this thing. Why are some people more gullible than others? We'll continue this discussion on our next video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.